Good morning, Captain Medina here. Sorry I can't be with you today on this first day of the second semester of the 2018 school year. I will be in hopefully tomorrow. I'm just recovering from being sick over break, and I'm getting better, but I'm taking today as one more day to get better. So I just wanted to get you started. I asked Mrs. Wabi to show you this video and get you started with creative writing. So if you will go to Schoology, or actually just watch this video, and then you can go to Schoology and get started on some of these things. But I did want to go over a few things with you today on this first day of school. You should have already received your Word of the Day packets for the Word of the Day notes that you'll be taking every day when you come to class. If you've been in one of my classes before, you know exactly what this is. I think all of you have probably done this. There might be a few new people in the class today. So you'll want to have this packet in your folder, and when you come to class you'll want to write down the notes daily from the board. Today's Word of the Day note will be found in updates. That's one of the things I'm going to be putting on Schoology this evening. So when you're watching this video, everything should be there. But I'm just doing a little pre-planning right now. So if we go to third quarter, spring 2018, and week 1, you'll see that there are a couple things. One of them is the week 1 RPD. So every week you get points every day for RPD, which stands for Responsibility, Participation, and Dojo. So I'll put those grades in every week, 10 points per day. And as long as you're on task, you're participating, you don't have missing assignments, you should have good RPD grades. So that's the first assignment there. The second thing in the Schoology list here is the course syllabus. So I don't have a copy, but I do have the syllabus here. I want to talk about the course with you real quick, give you an idea for what creative writing is about so that you know what kind of course you're in. This is a writing course. It does count as one of the writing courses for graduation requirements. You will be doing a lot of writing. It may be used as an English elective as well as a writing course. So in this course, you will receive instruction on form and technique as you produce your own fiction, poetry, and drama. So those are the 3 things we're doing in this class. We'll focus on a final portfolio and class publication at the end of the semester. So you should plan or expect to do a lot of typing and writing in this class. Most students who have taken this class in the past, when we print out their final portfolio, it ends up being at least 100 pages or more. Because, well, when we get to the poetry section, you do have a lot of imagery and stuff like that. But it's about 100 pages that you're going to have done by the end of this semester. So some of the units that we will study, we'll talk about expanding creativity, be doing a lot of activities to get you to find your imagination. You'll learn about how to develop and write stories, the correct format for like formatting dialogue, creating settings, conflict, character, all kinds of things. It's such a great class. Analyzing writing. You'll be reading some things and analyzing the different things that you read. And then you'll be writing poetry in the 4th quarter and a little bit of drama in the 4th quarter. So the 3rd quarter is mostly fiction. We will have vocabulary development through Word of the Day. And there will also be some sort of My Vocabulary component that I started this year with some of my courses this last fall. I did My Vocabulary, and I'll be doing something similar with this class. I haven't designed what the requirements and expectations for that yet, but that will be something that we'll be looking forward to doing because I believe in acquiring new words and using those new words. So you can expect to do that. And then we'll be doing some punctuation, grammar review through No Red Ink. So if you remember from 9th grade, there was this app called No Red Ink. We will be going on No Red Ink again and mastering some of our punctuation faux pas. So 95% of the work in this class is individual. So there's not a lot of group assignments in this class. This is mostly an individual class. So you should know that up front. You should also know that you're expected to write daily in class. And an average is about 500 words a day. So like I said, when you get your portfolio done, it's going to be a lot of writing. Some of the supplies you need: you should have your device daily for your typing assignments. You should have a folder A 3-ring binder is needed for the end of the semester. And pencil, pens, those are things that are important to bring in. Plan on doing some writing every day. Writing environment. So there's going to be times that I'm going to give you time to write, time to type in class. You should respect the process. Make sure that you are working during class. I want to see that you're doing some typing in class. You should write and work quietly. Be prepared to show your work and submit work on a daily basis. One of the great things about Google Drive is that I'll be able to see your process and be able to see that you're keeping up on your writing assignments. The final portfolio is 20% of your grade. So the first quarter is 40%, and the second quarter is 40%, and then your whole semester grade is that portfolio 20%. So you get graded in each quarter, and then everything put together at the end is 20% of your grade. We will also be doing some reading in class, so you're going to need to find some books that you want to read, some fiction books, and be prepared to have them in class when we have reading days, and there'll be some compositions or reflections about what you're reading. So that is also part of the class. Grades are figured by percentages, which are on Schoology. Class publication, there'll be a publication at the end of the semester on Schoology. You'll electronically publish one of your stories to share with the class. And then last thing here is the cheating plagiarism policy. If you copy and paste someone else's story and say it's your own, and you were caught for doing that, then you will receive a 0 on the assignment. So let's just not do that. Captain Medina finds out, and Captain Medina will not give you credit if you're plagiarizing. So let's create our own work. So next we're going to go to Schoology and look at the assignments for this week. Alright, so back in week 1, we have 2 assignments that I would like you to start working on today. The first one is just a creative writing, creative story assignment, and then the second one is actually a reflection on the idea of creativity. So let's talk about the unrelated item story first. So if you click into that on Schoology, you're going to notice that this is a Google Doc assignment. And if you haven't had a Google Doc assignment before, that is where the teacher creates a Google Doc that is shared with all of his or her students. And when you open up said Google Doc, it creates a copy of that Google Doc so that you can continue the assignment in that document without having to create your own document. And so where it says assignment, on yours it'll say my document. So you're going to click on that where it says my document. Mine says in progress. So if I clicked on that now, I'd see all your names. It says like Raina has not opened this assignment yet. So once the student clicks my document, a copy of your original file will be created and the document will appear there. So that's where you're going to click to open up the document. When you open up the document, it's going to look like this. It says unrelated item story. Select 15 to 20 words from this list. So what I would do is either in the document that you've opened up, highlight or bold the words that you want to use in your story so that I know which words you're using, and I know that you chose 15 to 20 words. I'm going to undo those. And then down in the space below, create a short 200 to 300 word story using 10 to 15 words. Once you type your story, go back and proofread for any punctuation errors. And then I'm going to also add here, click submit on Schoology when this is complete. Okay? So some assignments, like when we do the My Vocabulary, I might say you don't need to submit it. But for these assignments this week, you're going to go on to Schoology. When you're done, up at the top, it'll say submit assignment. You'll submit it when you're done. Okay? So that is the first assignment that is due on Friday at 11:58 p.m. Now the plan for the week is I'm going to give you work time today, and then if I'm back tomorrow, which is my plan, we will have some creative writing activities in class, some short creativity boosting writing activities that I like. So we'll be doing those in class. So you probably won't have much time other than today to work on these 2 assignments, but I did give you until Friday to get them done. So that's the unrelated item story. The other assignment is a reflection, but it could also be a creative story if you wanted it to be. So same thing, go into what is creativity, click on My Document, open up the documents in your drive, and this is what it looks like here. So I want you to write 300 to 400 words on the subject of creativity using the prompt questions below. So I told you, about 500 words a day. So this should be written in essay story form. Do not simply answer the question. So I want to see in this writing class that you're writing in paragraph form. Okay, writing in paragraph form. So the questions I have for this prompt, and you can answer them in any order you want. You could focus on one or the other, but I'd like you to try to answer as many as you can in 300 to 400 words. What is creativity? What does it look like, feel like, taste like, smell like, or sound like? So if you were being a creative person, you might say, oh, I'm going to create a character whose name is Creativity, and describe creativity's life. That's just one idea. And describe what it's like to be creative. Or you can make a story about someone that's creative and show how they are creative. Give me 5 examples of things in your life that you think are creative. Why are they creative? So you're just reflecting on your own experiences with creativity. Then I want you to do a little research. What is creativity? What does the internet say? What makes a person creative? What do others think of creativity? Now for this one, I don't want you just to go search what is creativity and then copy and paste it and put it in your document. I want you to look it up and then tell me, according to, and then the website or the name, cite your sources and tell me what they said and what you think about that. How do you define creativity? So what is your definition of creativity? What is it? What's the most creative thing you've done in your life? Who are the most creative people you know? How are you creative? So some of these are kind of repetitive, but it's basically focusing on the same idea of creative. And how does one get creative? I really like reading these assignments because I get to know what you think about creativity, and it's always interesting to see some of the ideas that come from my students. So these are the first 2 assignments for this week. Again, you're going to have time to work on them in class now. Use the Google Docs I created, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow and we can begin our creative writing journey. All right, what was I trying to say? Have a good day. That's what I want to say, and hopefully I will be much better the next time I see you and the next time you hear me. All right, bye-bye.